you're gonna need your black band and then probably your 12-pound dumbbells. If you need to go a little lighter, you can always regress. Oh, and then you'll need only 1.5 for when we do our side planks. And that should be it. So I'm gonna have you start with just some regular squats, bringing your feet about hip width apart. And then we're just gonna sit all the way down like we're sitting back in a chair. And then butt squeeze at the top. Bringing those hips forward. Holding belly button in at the top, awesome. We're gonna do 3 more like this. 2. Then these next couple, I'm gonna have you go into a calf raise. You're gonna come all the way up, tippy toes, and then back down. So it's just gonna be a slight calf raise. Do your best to try to keep your butt tight and hips forward as you do the calf raise. We're starting to warm up in the feet. Try 2 more here. Perfect. And then I'm going to have you go into some hip openers. So we're just going to focus on bringing the leg up and around to the side today. Getting all of those crackles and pops out of the hips. Awesome. And then I'm going to have you switch it to the other side. Bringing that other leg up and around to the outside. Really driving through that knee to start to open up in the hip flexors. Try 1 more on this side. And then we're going to set up for some monkey squats. So for this one, I want you to bring your feet about hip width apart. We're going to grab onto the toes. And then you're going to sit as low as you can, keeping your back nice and flat. And then push up through your heels. As you bring your butt up towards the sky, you should feel a subtle stretch along the back of your legs. Then this might also go into low back as well. I'm going to try to get a couple more in here. Really focusing on that nice stretch. The harder you pull on those toes, the more of a stretch you'll feel. Last 3, 2, and then we're going to roll all the way up. We're going to start in a standing march. I'm going to do a couple here just to start to work on that balance and shifting weight. Getting ourselves mentally prepared for some jumping jacks. Awesome. Try to exhale every time you pull that knee up, almost like a standing crunch. Last 3, 2, and we're going to take it up for jumping jacks. Bringing those feet out and together. Starting nice and light in those toes. Keep breathing. Last 3, 2, and rest. And now you come into a reverse lunge to rotation. You're going to step backwards, hold that lunge, rotate toward your forward bent leg, and then come back up. Other leg comes back, you rotate towards that forward bent leg, then right back up. Awesome. Lunge, rotate, and lunge, rotate. We're going to try 2 more on each side, keeping the weight in the heel of that front leg, working a lot on balance here. Last 2. Awesome, and 1 more on this side. And then we're going to do a quad stretch, bringing your leg back behind your butt. Do your best to try to keep your knees together. And then subtly squeezing that butt cheek to bring that hip forward. And then if you can, bring that opposite arm up for the sky. And then you should feel a nice stretch all the way up along the torso as well. Now we're going to bring that leg down, switch to the other leg. Bring the opposite foot back. Doing your best to keep those knees together. And then reaching that arm up for the sky. Someday balance is better than the others. Then our last cardio move, I'm going to have you go into a 1, 2, 3 Heisman. Since you don't have a ton of room, we're just going to really focus on getting that side shuffle. 1, 2, 3, knee up, 1, 2, 3. Working on our lateral movement. Today we're going to have some speed skaters. So this will help us get us ready for those. Awesome. Nice little steps in the feet. Exhale as you pull that knee up. Last 3, 2, and rest. Okay, last 2, we're gonna go on your knees. We're gonna set up for that hip flexor stretch. Sorry, this is actually killing me today. So now we drive that hip forward, and then reach that arm up, and slightly lean it over to the side. If you can, try to thrust that hip forward as much as you can, really driving your knee into the ground, and you should feel that stretch all the way along the front of that hip. And then now you sit back over your back heel, reaching that leg forward, really driving your heel into the ground as you reach for that toe. You should feel the stretch all the way from ankle to hip. Awesome, then we're going to switch it to the other side, bringing that other leg forward. And then keeping that foot a little in front of your knee, driving that hip forward, and then reaching your arm up and towards the sky. One side might feel a little bit tighter, so you want to try to make that as even as we can. And then we're going to lean back over that back heel, straighten out that front leg. And then as you push your hip back behind you, we're going to reach for that toe, really pushing the heel down into the ground. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start first with your band. You're going to bring that around both of your legs. We're going to start with bridges. We're going to do 2 different sets of bridges. This first one, we're going to bring the band around above your knees. So once it's above your knees, we're just going to stick with our normal wide bridges. The band's just there to try to pull your knees together, so you're going to have to actively work against that band as you lift your hips. We're going to do this for 30 seconds, getting your arms engaged at the floor, and lift. Butt squeeze all the way up, come down just to hover, and then butt squeeze lift up, and then slowly come down. Awesome. And then just gently pressing out against that band with your knees. You should feel this a little more in the outer butt cheeks as you lift up nice and high. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift and squeeze. We got 3, 2, and rest. We're going to leave it around the left knee. We're going to bring this around the right ankle. So it's going to go right below your foot. And then we're going to stay in the single leg bridge. So think of it as like an anchor that's going to help you bring your leg up. So as we lift, we're going to try to keep that leg at a 90-degree angle. And then press just through that left heel perfect. We're going to spend 30 seconds on this side. And you should really start to feel this in that left butt cheek as you lift. It's also a little challenging on the right hip flexor. So do your best to lift up as high as you can. Exhale as you lift. Inhale to lower. Last 3, 2, and rest. And then we're going to switch it. Do that same thing on the other side. Bring it back around the right knee. And then we're going to anchor it around the left ankle. And then once we're there, lifting that left toe up for the sky. It helps a little bit also by lifting the anchored leg. Perfect. So we're going to up through that right heel. Only 30 seconds. Let's squeeze up to the top. Holding belly button in nice and tight in that single leg bridge. You're doing so good. Keep breathing. Try to get 3 more in here. 3, 2, and rest. Okay, so now we're going to leave that band around both legs. This time we're going just below your knees. So now for this set of bridges, I'm going to have you lift all the way up. You're going to pulse apart when we're at the top, and then you're going to bring your hips back down just to hover. The most important part on that pulse apart is to make sure you're just leading through the knees and that you're not rolling in your feet. So we're going to start this 30 seconds, butt squeeze, lift all the way up, little pulse apart, feet stay flat, and then lower just to hover, butt squeeze up, little pulse apart, and then right down to hover. So it helps if you can almost like separate your toes, really try to ground your feet. Inhale as you lower, Exhale as you lift and pulse. It's a very subtle slight motion, but it keeps you up in that high pulse position for a little bit longer and focuses on the outer hips again. Try to get a couple more here. Exhale and pulse. Exhale and pulse. Last 3, 2, last one all the way up, and pulse, and rest. And now we're going to keep that band off completely. And then we're going to do one set of bridges, single leg bridges on each leg without the band. So I'm going to have you try this again first on the left leg. We're going to lift your hips up as much as you can. Point that right leg up for the sky. And then we're going to spend 30 seconds just lifting and lowering. We're getting a lot stronger and better at these. It should start to feel a lot more comfortable. Still keeping those arms engaged at your sides. The harder you press down into the ground, the more stable the upper body will feel. Awesome. Last 3, 2, and lower that right leg. Point that left leg up in the air. Last 30 seconds on our single leg bridges. Really squeezing through the right butt cheek to lift the hips up as high as you can. Imagine you're trying to touch the ceiling with your left toe. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Lower both feet, hug your knees into your chest for a second. Okay, this next one we're going to set up for regular crunches. So rather than doing full sit-ups, we're just going to leave the hands behind the head. You're only going to come up, leaving your lower back on the ground, and then slowly come down. Each time you sit up, I want you to focus on drawing belly button in. Perfect. And then imagine you're bringing chest towards hips. Exhale as you roll up. Inhale as you lower. Really pulling that belly button in towards the spine. These should burn a little bit more because it's a tiny isolated motion. Perfect. Last 10 seconds. Inhale and exhale. Last 3, 2, and rest. Now I'm going to bring those legs up at tabletop. For this first set, I want you to leave the legs bent. We're going to lift just the shoulders up, keeping your chin tucked under like we're giving ourselves a double chin. And reach your arms down, and then we're going to pulse down towards the ground. So it's helpful when you take big inhales through your nose, and then full exhales through your mouth as you pulse those arms down. This is going to help us start to engage the stomach almost like in a boat hold, and warm up the lats. Awesome, keep breathing. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. And then for this next set of crunches, I'm going to have you try this with your legs a little further out from your butt. So it's going to be more challenging, so you won't use as much hip flexors. And then for this one, you still keep them slightly bent. We're going to crunch up as much as you can, and then slowly come down. Exhale and sit up, and then inhale as you lower. You want to make sure you're just supporting the head and neck with your hands and not pulling. Really drawing belly button in, keeping that low back pressing firmly into the floor. Make sure you can still move with our breath. Awesome. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. And then this last set of 100s, we're going to bring those legs back at tabletop. This time I'm going to have you try to keep them out extended almost straight. So once we're in that straight position, we're going to lift the shoulders up, and then we're going to do that same pulse. This is just going to be a little more challenging on the low abs. Again, big inhales through your nose, little exhales through your mouth. As you pulse those arms down. Keep breathing. We're so close, last 15 seconds. We've got this. And we've got 3, 2, and rest. Perfect. one should be burning. We're gonna roll it over and do 2 sets of our planks. First set of plank, we're just gonna hold the low plank, and then second set of planks, we're gonna go into a plank shoulder tap, and that's gonna be it. And then we can start the workout. So this first one, bringing those elbows right underneath your shoulders, pressing this one up in 3, 2, and go. Pressing back through those heels, elbows stay right underneath the shoulders. We're gonna do our best to try to keep those hips tucked under so our butt doesn't come up in the air. And just keep breathing. We're already there. Last 10 seconds. Woo. Strong belly button up and towards spine. Last 3, 2, and rest. Then we're going to push yourself up into our high plank, bringing hands right underneath shoulders, pressing back through the heels. Once we're in that high plank, bring those feet a little wider than hip width so you feel stable. And then we're going to switch, alternating in that shoulder tap. And exhale every time you switch your arms. Awesome. Keep breathing. Keeping the butt squeezing a little bit to keep those hips down nice and low. Awesome, we're so close. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to set up for 4 different supersets. We're going to go through each superset 3 times. The first one, we're going to need the band for both exercises. We're going to start with it above your knees. For the second exercise, we're going to move it around your ankles. So I'm going to show you the first 2 exercises so you know what to expect. We're going to start with a squat to press. This is where I suggest trying to use the 12s. We're only going to be working for 35 seconds. Then you have 25 seconds of rest in between. Should be enough time to get the band into the right position. So for our squat to press, I'm going to have you keep the band there to help with the knees. We're going to bring dumbbells down, and then exhale as we press up, really focusing on thrusting at the top. Our second exercise, imagine the bands around my ankles. Once we're down in that plank, it's going to work a lot in the outer hips. So I'm going to have you start leading with the left leg. We're going to go out, out, in, out, out, in. But this will be around your ankles instead. So we're going to start first with the squat to press. Only 35 seconds of work. I'm going to set up this first set in 3, 2, and go. So stick butt back, butt squeeze and thrust, belly button in, awesome. Stick butt back, butt squeeze and thrust. Keeping the weight back in your heels to feel your legs pressing out subtly against that band to really help keeping the knees apart and turning those outer cheeks on our press. Awesome. You're so close. Try to get a couple more. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Okay, let's move that band just at the ankles. Once that band is around our ankles, we're going to set up in that high plank position. Leading with the left leg first in 3, 2, and go. So we're going to step out, out, in, together. Out, out, in, left, right, left, right, left, right, perfect. Keep breathing, holding that belly button in nice and tight. Nice little steps. We're almost there, last 10 seconds. You got this. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Now we move that band back around up above knees. Awesome. Grab water if you need it. We have 5 seconds till this next round starts. Setting this one up again in 3, 2, and go. Listen back through heels, butt back, butt squeeze and thrust. Awesome. Butt back, butt squeeze and thrust. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. We're already halfway. Last 10. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Drop those weights. Move that band back around. Ankles. This time we're going to be leading with the right foot. Stepping out with the right first. Setting up that high plank. And 3, 2, and go. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Out, out, in, breathing. Perfect. Doing your best to keep those hips down. Arms stay nice and strong. Imagine you're rounding your upper back towards the ceiling. Perfect, you got this. Last 10 seconds. You need to hold your plank. You can always just hold that plank. Stay in this, we got 5. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. We have one more round of both of those. Last round of the band above knees. Now they're really nice and sweaty. It should be getting sucked to your legs. And last round of that squat to pressing. 3, 2, and go. Last time here, butt back, foot squeeze, belly button in. Inhale as you come down, exhale as you press. We're so close. Last 10. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. All right, last time with that band around your ankles. Leading again with the left for this last round. Woo. Setting up in that high plank. Last time here. And 3, 2, and go. Just send it out, out, in. Stay strong. This is our last time with this plank step. Keep breathing. Exhale every time you lift that leg. And that will help you draw your belly button in nice and tight. Awesome. We're almost there. Last 10 seconds. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Ooh. All right, lose the band. We're done with it forever. So this next exercise, or next superset, we're going to go back and forth between our back row and an inchworm to floppy push-up. For our back row, you're going to keep the arms supinated. So you're going to keep your palms facing forward. We're going to stick our butt back. Dumbbells are going to come right to the front of your knees. And from here, we're pulling straight back. Almost like you're bringing the sides of the dumbbells to your rib cage. You can almost imagine like it's a full bar. Then our second exercise, we're going to crawl all the way down in our inchworm. You're going to come all the way to the floor. Lift your arms for a second. And lift all the way up. And then push back up. So even if you roll onto your knees a little bit, that's okay. It's meant to be floppy, so you come all the way down and you have to use your entire shoulder and arm to lift yourself. So we're going to start first in that back row. Again, 35 seconds of work, 25 seconds to rest. We're going to start this one in 3, 2, and go. We're going to keep butt back, we're going to pull straight back. Almost like you're pulling your elbows back behind your back like they want to touch each other. Imagine like you're unbuckling your bra without your hands, really squeezing back at shoulder blades. This allows us to open up in the chest a little bit more since we keep those dumbbells pointed forward. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Perfect. Shake out your arms. We're going to set up for our first set of bench works. Crawling this forward in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. And crawl it all the way down. Once you're there, let yourself go all the way to the floor. Release your hands, press all the way up, like a nice floppy. And crawl back up. Think of this as practice falling. If you're to fall flat on your face, you want to be able to get up. Perfect. We're already halfway. Really exhale as hard as you can when you do that push-up, and that will help you engage your core. Last 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Awesome. Breathe. Grab water if you need it. And then we're going to start back up with that back row. The more you can focus on sticking your butt back, the easier it should be to stay in that bent forward position. Starting this one in 3, 2, and go. So pull back. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you pull. Squeezing back at shoulders and mid-back. Right where bra would buckle. Bringing the sides of the dumbbells towards the sides of your rib cage. Keep breathing. Last 5, 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Yay. Deep breaths. We're going to set up for this next set of inchworms, only 35 seconds. In 3, 2, and go. And crawl all the way down. Let yourself fall to the floor. Little hand release. Press all the way up. Perfect. Woo. Exhale on that push-up. You got this. Already halfway. Perfect. We have only 10 seconds left. See if we can get 2 more in. 3, 2, and rest. Whee. And then last time with our back row. Yay. You're doing so good with the 12s. Last time, sending butt back. Imagine you're bringing knuckles to the front of your knees. In 3, 2, and go. So exhale, inhale. Really squeezing shoulder blades back. Bringing chest out as we pull those dumbbells back. Inhale and exhale. We're so close, last 10. Try to get a few more. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. We're done with these dumbbells. Woo. Okay, we have one more round of that inchworm to floppy push-up. Setting this one up in 3, 2, and go. So we're crawling all the way down. Last time here. Perfect. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Okay, grab water. You're gonna need your 5-pound dumbbell, only one. Then we're gonna be on the floor for these next two. So our first one is going to be, they're both two-sided. So this superset will last twice as long. So the first one, we're gonna start in a side plank. Do your best to try to set up from your straight legs, but if it starts to be too hard, you can always bend that bottom leg and just do our modified side plank. So from here, we're gonna bring the dumbbell down right in front of your chest. Don't feel like you're squishing your boobs as you bring the weight down. Then we're gonna lift right up to the side. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift up. You really wanna focus on coming down nice and slow as you bring this down. That's what really helps work the shoulder. Our other focus is keeping it somewhat down towards the hip rather than way up here. Because if we keep it up by our head the whole time, you're gonna start to strain your traps and your neck. You really wanna feel this more like right below the bra strap. We're gonna do 35 seconds on this side, roll it over, 35 seconds on the other side. And then our second one, we're gonna be on all fours. We're gonna do one kick back, one hydrant, one crossover. So at the beginning, I'll talk you through it so you don't forget the order. And then after a while, it will start to feel supernatural. And then you just wanna focus on getting your knees together in between each time. So we're gonna start first in that side plank. Starting in 3, 2, and lifting up nice and high. I'm gonna bring that dumbbell up. Inhale and exhale. Slightly squeezing the belly button in. And pulling butt cheeks together to keep those hips thrusted forward. Perfect. Keep breathing. Last 5, 3, 2, and switch. Rolling it over to the other side. Making sure that elbow's right underneath shoulder. Setting this one up in 3, 2, and go. I'm gonna try to keep that hip lifted up for the sky. Pulling back through your lats, that big muscle right underneath your shoulder blade. Good control on the way down, and that's what really helps us work the outside of the shoulder and that rear deltoid. Awesome. Last 10 seconds. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Yay. I'm going to set up on all fours and start on whichever leg you'd like. We want to make sure that we're still pulling lower abs in as we move the leg around. Starting in 3, 2, and go. So we're going to kick straight back, hydrant out to the side, and then cross up and over to the fancy one. And then right back to the middle, kick straight back, then hydrant to the side, and then up and over to the outside of the other knee. Awesome. And then kick back, hydrant to the side, and then crisscross up and over. And then kick straight back, hydrant to the side, and then crisscross up and over. Awesome. And hydrant, and crisscross. Try one more set of each. We got 3, 2, and rest. Push those hips back for a second, stretch it out. And then we're going to set up on that other side in 3, 2, and go. Kick straight back, hydrant, and then up and over to the side. Perfect. Working on full range of motion. Working the hips, butt, and hamstrings. Hydrant, going up and over. Perfect. Same straight back. Hydrant, up and over. So squeezing belly button in nice and tight for good core support. Last 5 seconds. See if you can get one more back. One more hydrant. Last one over. And rest. Yay. Okay. We're going to grab that 5-pound again. And set back up in our side plank. Just making sure that elbow's right underneath shoulder. We're in a nice straight line. Ready in 3, 2, and lift. Bring that dumbbell up to the side. Good control on the way down. Exhale and inhale. Awesome. Keep breathing. A little bit of a butt squeeze to keep those hips forward. Nice control on the way down. Pull the shoulder blades back. Last few seconds here. Let's see if we can get 2 more in. 3, 2, and rest. Woo. We're going to roll it over on that other side. Setting up with the elbow right under that shoulder. Nice straight line. In 3, 2, and lift. And exhale, and inhale. Awesome. A little bit of a butt squeeze. Keep those hips forward. Perfect. Nice strong shoulder. We're almost there. Less than 10 seconds. Stay in this. We got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Then we're going to set back up on all fours. Going back into that knee raise. Starting this one in 3, 2, and go. We're going to get straight back, hydrant to the side, and then up and over, crisscross. Awesome. Straight back, hydrant to the side, and then up and over. Yay. Exhale. As you kick or move that knee, inhale, the knees come back together. Perfect. We should be able to get 2 more on this side. Last 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Push those hips back. We're going to set this up again on that other side. In 3, 2, and go. Just 1 kick back. Hydrant to the side, and then up and over. You really use your mind to imagine that you're kicking something behind you or lifting something up along the side. It will be easier to engage more of those muscles. Just have to visualize to get your mind working with your body. Last 3, 2, and rest. Perfect. We have 1 more set of our side planks. Setting up with that elbow right underneath shoulder. Keeping those legs nice and straight. In 3, 2, and lift. And then nice and high. If we need to at any point, you can always bring that top leg forward for support, and that will help you lift up through the hips a little bit higher, as long as you can keep that bottom hip from falling to the floor. Inhale, and exhale. Still drawing belly button in towards spine. Good control on that lift. Awesome, last 5. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Those are the last time with side plank on. Getting that elbow right under shoulder. Legs nice and straight. Sending this one up in 3, 2, and go. And that hip up nice and high. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower with control. Awesome. Keep breathing. We're so close. Last 10 seconds on this side. Should be getting so good at side planks by now. We got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Okay. Last time on all fours. Making sure those hands are right under shoulders. Knees are right under hips. Pulling that belly button in 3, 2, and go. One kick back, awesome. And hydrate. And then kissy pressing. Perfect. Keep breathing. Straight back. And hydrate. And kiss cross. And straight back. And hydrate. And kiss cross. Let's try to get one more of each. 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Last set on this side. Setting up 35 seconds. In 3, 2, and go. One kick straight back. And hydrate. And up and over. Good control. Keep breathing. Our last few on this side. We're already over halfway. Perfect. Be able to get one more. Last 3, 2, and rest. Yay. Okay, grab water. Shake out what you need. And then we have one last superset. So this one's going to be all body weight. You don't need any weights for this. We're going to start first in our plie / sumo squat pulse. I'm going to have you bring your legs out pretty wide. And you're going to want your toes pointed out. They don't have to be all the way turned out like a plie squat. So somewhat of like a sumo squat and a plie had a baby. Then we're going to come down to try to touch the floor. You can't touch the floor, just come down as far as you can, keeping your chest up and your belly button in. And then we're going to pulse, pulse, pulse for 35 seconds. So keeping those legs bent. Every time you pulse, try to contract your butt cheeks, and that's going to help you take a lot of that pressure out of your quads and your knees. Second set of 35 seconds, we're going to go into speed skaters. The first round, go nice and slow if you need to. The second and third round, we're really going to try to pick up that pace and go nice and quick. So we're going to start first with our sumo pulse. Bringing those legs out nice and wide, toes pointed out. Just want to make sure the knees stay in line with those toes. Sit down nice and low. Ready, and pulse. Just going to come up a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Keep breathing. A good place to practice this is against the wall. So if you have a wall in your house that doesn't have anything against it, you just want to slide your butt cheeks up and down 5 to 6 inches, and that'll make sure that you stay in that straight line. You keep the hips back. Awesome. Keep breathing. Weight the heels. Little pulses. Butt cheek squeeze. Butt cheek squeeze. Butt cheek squeeze. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Shake out those legs. Kick it out. We're going to set up for our first set of speed skaters. Only 35 seconds. In 3, 2, and go. Move across to the side. Keeping that back leg floating, awesome. This works a lot in the obliques and the outside of the hips. So we're focusing on not falling over as we catch ourselves with one leg. Awesome. Keep breathing. Holding belly button in nice and tight. Almost there. Last 10. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. And shake out those legs. We're going to step back up in those sumo squats. Bringing those feet out nice and wide. Keeping the wavy heels. In 3, 2, and go. Sit nice and low, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Belly button in, back nice and flat, chest stays up. Imagine you're trying to lift something really heavy, and that's going to help you put more of that tension and work in the back of the legs, in your hamstrings. Little tiny butt swings. You got this, we're so close. You need to, you can just put your hands on your knees for a second. It'll help you. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. And we're gonna set up for that second set of speed skaters. This time going a little bit quicker. In 3, 2, and go. We go from the side to the side. Just like we're skating down the street. Imagine you're rollerblading. Awesome. Keep breathing. We have less than 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and rest. Yay. All right, shake it out. Last set of both of those. Setting up with those feet out nice and wide. In 3, 2, and sit. Last 35 seconds. Keep pulsing and pulsing. Just imagine like you're sitting in a bouncy chair. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Awesome, you got this. We're already over halfway. Last 10 seconds. You got this. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Keep breathing. It's our last set of skaters. Setting this one up, 35, in 3, 2, and go. Awesome. Keep breathing. Little baby hops to the side. We're almost there. Stay in this. Last 10. And we got 3, 2, and rest. Woo. Okay, grab water if you need it. We are going to start on the floor with our stretching. I'm going to have you sit on your butt for butterfly. And once you're on your bottom, we're going to bring those heels all the way together. And then take a few deep breaths in as you try to bring your chest down toward your feet. You may feel a little bit of a stretch along the back of the hips and your low back as well. That's normal after all of the hip work we just did. And then I'm going to have you bring that right leg out to the side. We're going to reach for your right toe with your right hand. And bring that left arm over and across. Which should feel a little bit of a stretch in the side of the shoulders, possibly along the top of your ribcage as well. This spot will feel pretty tight tomorrow from the back rows and the side planks. And then let's bring that right foot back in to meet the left foot. You're going to stick that left leg out to the side, reaching your hand for your toes. Then we're going to bring that right arm over and across. Doing your best to reach for that left foot. If you're also more dominant and lifting with one arm than the other, you should feel this a little bit more in that side as you reach across. Then we're going to bring that left leg back in. And then I'm going to have you try bringing both legs out at the same time, as wide as you can, and then we're just going to try reaching forward. If you can, try putting your elbows on the floor, and this should be the biggest stretch in your inner thighs yet. Awesome, just breathe. Okay, then slowly push up. You still have your bands accessible where you can reach it. Perfect. Great, so I'm going to have you lay on your back. We're going to start on your right foot. So we're going to put the band around the ball of your foot. And then from here, we're going to leave the left leg slightly bent. And then we're going to leave that right leg as straight as you can. I'm going to have you pull the band in toward your chest, keeping your elbows close at your sides. And then we're going to keep that foot flexed, keeping your toes towards your face. You should feel this stretch from calf to hamstring. And then point your toe up towards the ceiling. You may feel a little bit of a stretch along the outer calf. If it feels okay, you can always do some circles in that ankle. And then I'm going to have you flex your foot again, bring your toe towards face. And then just holding it with your left arm, put your right elbow on the floor. We're going to bring this across your body like you're going towards the couch. Here we go. Take a few deep breaths in here. You should feel this along the outside of your leg, from knee to hip. It's going to be your IT band and those outer hamstrings. And bring it back up to the middle. Then I'm going to have you cross your right leg over your left leg, almost like we're sitting in a chair. You can throw that band to the side for now. I'm going to lift the left leg up, stick your right arm through that little hole in your legs, and then the left arm around the outside of your left thigh. I'm going to gently pull in, trying to bring your right calf towards your chest. When I'm in this one, I'll try to tuck my chin under a little bit too, so that way you can get that stretch all the way from your neck down to your tailbone. Take a few deep breaths in here. This is like a modified pigeon. Then I'm going to have you release your left leg, bring that leg down, uncross your right leg. And then we're going to grab that band again. This time we're going to do that same thing on the left side. Bring that band right on the ball of your foot. Leaving that right leg slightly bent. I'm going to try to get that left leg as straight as we can. Bring your toe towards face. Band's going to come in toward your chest, and then bring your elbows close to your sides. One side might be a little tighter than the other. On this side, I'll feel it all the way down through my foot. And then I'm going to have you point your toe up for the sky. You can, so you can get a couple little circles in that ankle. And you may feel some of that tightness in the outer calf. And then flex your foot again, bringing toe towards face. Then we're going to hold the band just with your right hand. Bring your left arm to the side, help keep that shoulder down. And then we're going to let that leg go across. Oh my gosh. And on this one, you should feel a nice stretch all the way along the side of your knee. Hopefully down towards hip a little bit. Then bring your leg back up to the middle. We're going to cross it over that right leg. And then let go of the band. Bring that right leg up towards your chest, sticking your left hand through that little hole in your legs, right arm around your right thigh. And then pull that knee in toward your chest. And then again, if you can, try to tuck your chin under like you're giving yourself a double chin, and that will I'll help you stretch all the way from neck down to tailbone as well. And then gently release that right leg, uncross your left leg. Then we're going to go up to standing for the last stretches for your arms. I'm going to have you bring one arm up over your head, holding at your elbow, doing your best to keep your chin away from your chest as you look up towards the ceiling. And that's going to help you open up more in the shoulders and your chest. Awesome, then release your hands and then switch it to the other side, holding just above that elbow. And then gently looking up towards the ceiling, keeping that chin away from chest. Awesome. And then release those hands. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths in as we fold forward. This first one should be the slowest roll up ever. So inhale as you fold down, almost like you're bringing your forehead to the ground. And exhale, slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. Making your head the very last thing to come up so we don't get dizzy. And we're going to take another big, big deep breath in as we fold forward. And then exhale as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Perfect, last one, big inhale. And exhale, roll up. Perfect. You did so good. 2